Hey, what's going on, Guardians? My name is the Black Link, and today is Thursday, August 4th, 2022. And you know what that means. It's time for this week's issue of the Bungie Weekly Blog, This Week at Bungie. And this time around, we're getting some news about incoming exotic weapon ornaments, as well as some big changes coming to the Iron Banner starting next season. Of course, Iron Banner saw its first big changes this season. It became a twice a season sort of event rather than something that generally seems to happen every single month. And next season, we're going to be seeing even more changes to the game mode. In a section titled Iron Banner 411, Bungie goes deeper into it. Here's what they had to say. First up, Bungie's going to be adding the ability to gild the Iron Lord seal with the next batch of matches in Valis Forge's honor. And as for what else is new in Season 18, Bungie takes some time to talk about streaks. When they started working on Season 18's Iron Banner, well before they launched with Rift, they wanted to come back to a more traditional game mode after a season of objective-based gameplay. Some of you have been asking to play Clash in Iron Banner for a while, so we decided to start there. With that aside, we still needed that Iron Banner twist, the thing that makes it feel unique. The core vision started with a conversation that sounded like, what if when you went on kill streaks, Saladin shouted, "He's on fire," and then your character lit on fire? And maybe when you get a kill, he shouts, "Boom shakalaka." And from that chaotic conversation, Eruption was born. So, what is Eruption? Well, Eruption is Clash with energy boosts based on kill streaks. It was affectionately called Streak Mayhem internally before we gave it a real name. During Eruption, killing your opponent scores 1 point and a normal amount of energy. After that, when you get your second elimination in a row without dying, assists will count for this too, you become Surging. Your character will start with this by lightly glowing, and kills will start generating 10% super energy and 20% grenade, melee, and class energy. You score 3 points per kill. And when you get your 5th kill without dying, then you become primed. This will have your character start to glow brightly. Your team will also then go on the hunt. Everyone on the team gains 5% super and 10% grenade, melee, and class energy. And you now gain 12% super and 5% grenade, melee, and class energy per kill. And you'll score 3 points per kill. Sounds great, right? So, who wouldn't want to be primed? Well, you'll also have a 15-second timer on you. And if that timer reaches 0, you erupt. Erupting will kill you, which resets your streaks and ends the hunt. Getting a kill resets the eruption timer back to 15 seconds. You are then marked for both teams so everyone can see right where you are. And of course, the other team will get 3 points for killing you. And finally, of course, more than one player can be primed at any given time. Bungie goes on to say that they're excited to get Eruption into everyone's hands, and they hope it continues to illustrate their desire to bring new and unique experiences to Crucible and Iron Banner. One of the things they learned with Rift in this current season is if we have a brand new mode, introducing it to everyone in a high focus environment first highlights inevitable issues that any multiplayer game has. Instead, we're going to be moving forward with the zone control plan, introducing it as a low pressure Crucible Labs first to make sure it performs as intended in a real world setting. Then, and only then, do we bring the new mode to Iron Banner, albeit with a unique twist. We'll definitely go back to Control and Rift for Iron Banner in the future, but expect a familiar mode with a unique experience in Season 19. And so there we go. Those are the major changes coming to Iron Banner. I definitely agree with that ending sentiment there. I don't think Iron Banner was the right place to generally test Rift. I think it would have been better off testing out in a Crucible Labs or maybe as a weekly focused playlist or something, rather than tying it directly to Iron Banner. Now, as for this new Eruption Clash game mode, one, I'm really happy we're finally getting Iron Banner Clash. You guys know I've been clamoring for that for years now. As with the Eruption, I like some of the changes in there. I like tying your ability regeneration to how you're performing in the Crucible, but I do have some questions about that Eruption timer. It seems like almost kind of like you're going to get penalized if you go on a hot streak and then don't get a kill in 15 seconds, which happens all the time in the Crucible. Then you get punished, you die. I don't know if that's the best sort of incentive. I can imagine Bungie's doing it so that you don't just become, good players don't become these unstoppable forces in a lobby for too long. It's kind of a check and balance in there. If you play Call of Duty, there's a game mode in that that's similar to this called Cranked, where basically you get a kill and then like all of your abilities get shot through the roof. You get to run around really fast, but you're on a timer. If you don't get another kill in like 10 seconds, you explode. So it looks like Bungie's implementing something similar here. I'm excited to try it out, but like I said, I am a little bit worried about it feeling a bit punitive for players who happen to go on a quick hot streak, and then you're basically facing down a death sentence for your character. Who knows? We'll have to see. It sounds like it could be a lot of fun. I like that they're putting a special sort of twist upon the game modes that they're tying to Iron Banner. Can't wait to give it a shot. But that's the new Iron Banner game mode. Let's talk about some of the changes to this season's Iron Banner game mode, Rift. Rift won't be in Iron Banner for Season 18, but it doesn't mean the mode's gone forever. Most of you will be happy to hear that Rift will now have more standard overtime rules. For those who may not know exactly what that means, overtime is that added time put on the clock to give teams a shot at breaking any tie that may currently be in place. But that's not the only changes that Rift is going to be seeing coming next season. Here's a quick rundown of a list that Bungie posted here. While Rift won't be in Iron Banner next season, it will be in a weekly rotator in the Crucible. It's going to be available to play on week 1, 8, and 14, as well as in private matches. And alongside the more standard overtime rules, Bungie also expects multi-spark to return in a future season. AFK protections have been updated to utilize Rift-specific events, and later this season, Bungie is going to be fixing a bug that didn't allow you to always immediately dunk the spark if you picked it up too close to the Rift. That got so many people killed in Iron Banner this time around. And then, for future seasons, they're going to be doing some explorations with 3v3 Rift. That could be really interesting. This is going to allow the use of smaller maps like Wormhaven, and may also allow Bungie to use slightly asymmetrical maps like Burnout. They're also going to be fixing scenarios where one team can play keep away with the spark longer than intended, and lessening the black screen time after scores. And finally, Bungie will be implementing further measures to discourage overt kill farming. All of that sounds like some good stuff. Rift was fun to play, at least if you were in a team or with a group of people who actually played the objective this time around, but it definitely had some weak spots that needed to be bulked up, and I'm happy to see that Bungie's going to be paying attention to that. Alright, the last thing we have to talk about this week is a brand new exotic weapon ornament contest of sorts. With a new incoming season, of course, we have new weapons, armor, and ornaments on the way. But Bungie thinks it's time to give some familiar bits of gear a bit of a makeover. Even better, they want you to decide which ornaments become a reality. And even better than that, the designs behind the proposed ornaments will be created by an artist from our own community of Destiny 2 players that are pure magic when it comes to bringing the game into the real world through art. So, how is this going to work? First off, Bungie's going to be leaving it up to you and the community to pick which exotic gets a community-created ornament. And we have 3 options for you to vote on in an email that they're going to be sending out starting on August 16th. And your options will be Arbalest, the Sweet Business, and the Rat King exotics. You can pick one of those weapons to get itself a brand new ornament designed by somebody here in our community. Once that spiffy exotic has been selected, Bungie will be working with the chosen community artists as they help them create 3 different weapon ornament concepts. And once they have 3 that are viable to be made into ornaments, they'll have another community vote so that you all can pick your personal favorite. The winner will be approved and made into a weapon ornament in-game. And then, bam, we've got ourselves a new exotic ornament. Here's going to be a quick look at the full process for this contest. The community is going to vote on which exotic to pick through email starting on August 16th. A community artist will create 3 weapon ornament concepts for the winning exotic, and then the community as a whole will vote to pick their favorite weapon ornament concept. The winning ornament will go into production and will be released in-game as early as Season 21. This is going to be the first community-created item that makes it into the game, and everybody is really excited to see what it's going to wind up being. Now, it is worth noting Bungie already has their artist in mind picked out, so please don't feel the need to start any campaigns on who they should pick. They've already got somebody in mind. And because they want to give that artist plenty of time to figure out their designs, they're not going to be announcing the winner for several months. But once they do, I'm really looking forward to seeing where this goes. The concept of getting some community-designed weapons or ornaments in the game has been a thing literally since Destiny released. People have been wanting that forever, so I'm happy to see that Bungie's finally doing it. But alright, Guardians, that's pretty much it for the biggest bits of news contained in this week's issue of the Bungie Weekly Blog, This Week at Bungie. And of course, this is the last week of Solstice 2022, so if you've got any alts that you haven't cleared things out on, the hotfix earlier this week actually bumped up the progress on completing a lot of those kindling challenges so you can get it done faster on your second and third character. So if you're looking to get those challenges done, make sure you get them done before Tuesday's reset. But that's the news, those are my thoughts. Be sure to leave me yours down in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all the latest stuff we're putting out. I'm out for now. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, I am the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty.